Alrighty. Hello. I need a better screen for like when I'm not when I'm when I don't have the Elgato on. Really? Freaking Cocaine Bear. Oh my god. This Cocaine Bear shit is like bordering on harassment. I mean, it's not, but because I do kind of want to see the movie. But like on my stream, really? Just because my name is Bear? Tisk tisk Twitch. Alright. So today we are playing whatever the we're playing whatever. I couldn't think of what to play after I finished Dead Space, so I figured, you know what? Screw it. I'll just pick a random game. Or a couple random games. No! No! Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hard, I know, I know. Alright. Forgot I need my phone out for this. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. My battery's actually not that bad. Okay, how am I doing this? There we go. Hey, Latios. Alright, we're going to start off with a game that is very near and dear to my heart. And no, it's not called RetroArch. 2 in a row! What the hell? What is happening? Wait, what the? Did that just crash the thing? It did. Seriously, 2 in a row. Oh. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Oh, this looks terrible. I love it.
god of the forest, the source of all life. He released his servants, the divine spirits, unto the lands. He spoke, "I am that which has given you life." For a time they brought life and happiness to the forest. Soon the forest was visited by fate. The divine spirits created a beast in their own image. Elram warned, "That is the beast of knowledge, and it will someday bring temptation upon you. Thou shalt not associate with it." The divine spirits so promised, and gave birth to the beast of their own image. Such was man's beginning. Time passed, and the forest was again visited by fate. A divine spirit was seduced by a beast of knowledge, and so the promise to Elram was broken. The spirit
Studio
lost
Ghibli?
its divine power.
Because
And
that's
by
the
the
studio
child
that
of man,
animated
the
this.
spirit, it was gained. This new power threatened Elram, and so was divided into light and darkness.
I think the game just crashed. Okay, I'll figure that out later. Um, the shape-shifting Master of Darkness unleashed an unspeakable evil. But the foolish samurai warrior, wielding a magic sword, stepped forth to oppose me. Before the final blow was struck, I tore open a portal in time and flung him into the future, where my evil is law. Now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the future that is Aku. God, I miss Samurai Jack. You know what? Fuck it, let's go. Violet, I'll be in my voice chat. Yes, Latios.
Yo.
Yo.
Okay. I haven't streamed in a while, and I'm off for a few days, so I'm gonna stream for once. In my
Okay.
fucking.
Oh,
So let me get that set up. I need to. What am I doing?
alright, Latios is joining us in the voice chat. He doesn't have the game, but he at least wants to talk.
Okay.
And Latios is a good friend of mine.
I think he's on my stream too sometimes,
He may be.
like during the day. But I've slept since then, and I don't stream that often. I need to stream more, but I'm too tired.
I mean, I remember Nux told me to stream like later in the day, but like I'm too tired to do that. Hello, Latios.
I don't have the game or a gaming laptop to play it on, but I can at least talk.
Yes. Just waiting on Violet because she's setting up her own streaming stuff. It's been so long since I played this game. I
haven't played it since I finished it.
Wait, store page.
Ladies, gentlemen, and creatures of all shapes, we bring you Satisfaction Simulator.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. That one. No. Do that.
So apparently there is now a Tomb Raider level
Ooh.
where you can clean Croft Manor.
So long as you don't get locked in the freezer or gunned down with twin pistols, I think you're good.
I saw one gif of her diving off of something in her mansion and then just clipping through the floor until there was nothing but her foot.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, well that's doing that. Start.
I forgot I did all these.
Testing. Okay, that works.
Would you believe the only reason I knew this game existed prior was because I saw Markiplier play it?
Yeah. Markiplier, I played it first, but he made it popular. Of course, no one but the people that know me will believe that.
No, I don't believe you. Damn it. I'll never believe you of a Markiplier.
I could, like, if he's on Cameo, I could just pay him to say that I played it first.
That depends. I don't want you to lose your house.
I mean, it wouldn't be that expensive to get a cameo from Markiplier.
Yeah, what do I know? I just live here. The internet is a mystery to me.
Sorry, it's taking me a minute.
That's okay. I am starting the.
You know what? Might as well.
I am
How's
start.
Pokemon Violet treating you, Violet?
What?
He asked, "How is Pokemon Violet treating you, Violet?"
I haven't played since the last time I streamed it. Which is like probably a few months. Which is the last time I streamed. Period.
Yeah, I managed to beat the story at least. I mean, the post game.
I still don't have the game.
I won't spoil.
I also don't care about spoilers. You know me. I know there's a crater and Pokemon from the past and future are apparently showing
Yeah,
up.
but for the sake of anyone listening who does care about spoilers, I'm not gonna go too far into it.
Okay, fair enough. There's robot Pokemon in the future.
Mm-mm.
The implications of that are kind of weird.
I mean, we kind of already have ancient automaton Pokemon, but yeah.
Like, did they get Dr. Eggman to like roboticize the Pokemon? Like, what happened?
Or get Dr. Wily to make replicas.
So Violet, I have co-op on, so you can just drop in when you're ready.
Okay.
Either way, I'm definitely looking forward to what is it, 5 days from now?
The Pokemon, the Digimon game.
Yeah, the Switch and a Steam release of Digimon World Next Order.
Yeah, I still probably won't be able to afford it until I don't know. Probably next Friday.
It's earlier than I'll get it. I'll probably not be able to get it till March at this rate, but I can at least hear the reviews of what got changed.
Wait, how much is it? Like, is it a full price game or is it like
Full price.
motherfucker? All right, I might have to wait a while.
Like, as far as I know, it's full price.
So Violet,
Yes.
how much do you know about Digimon?
I believe I asked for this in my previous stream, and it's not much.
Did the first season? No, not much. Mostly first season. Shit,
Okay.
I don't remember. Even
Well-
then, I still don't remember that much.
Well, there's a Digimon called Bearmon, and he is basically my spirit animal.
Every bear is your spirit animal. What
Not
do you
every
mean?
bear. No, not every bear. Not every bear. Freddy,
Are we sure it's every Bearmon or just the one I wrote in my fanfics? Like, let's be real here.
okay, it's probably the one in your fanfics. 'Cause, like, not every Bearmon is my spirit animal. Because, like, the one from the movies, like, I didn't even watch those movies. I don't even know what he's like. And also, not every bear is my spirit animal, because Cocaine Bear. You know, when I was a kid, people used to make fun of me because I looked like Harry Potter. Now, as an adult, people make fun of me because my online persona is now associated with Cocaine Bear.
That's funny.
There's just no winning, is there? There's just
No, there's not. Just give up. Just give up and accept your destiny.
Or conversely, just wait till I can get that Bearmon plush commissioned.
Oh yeah, the Bearmon plush. So Latios ordered this. Had put in an order for a custom-made Bearmon plush,
Mhm.
and like first of all, oh hi.
Hi. Did it scare you?
No, just startled.
Alright, I don't remember stuff. Okay, that's that.
But yeah, I was
Like,
like, I
for
was
what it's
completely
worth,
floored
the
when he
seller
told
that
me.
I commissioned it from has done some really good work. I bought 2 previous plushes from her. Puppet plush, I believe, is how you pronounce it. Spelled kind of weird. Uh, I got a Mekumon plush and a Black Gothmon plush from her.
Oh yeah.
The track record's really good so far, so I've got high hopes for the Bearmon.
Dude, I'm just happy to have a Bearmon anything, cause like the amount of merchandise for Bearmon is 0.
Like, legit, at least Mekumon has a grand total of 2 plushes to her name, officially speaking. I've not seen anything for Bearmon.
Like Digimon has a very wide array of monsters, and they could make merchandise for all of them, like Pokemon does. But no,
There's more merch of the living poop monsters than there is of Bearmon.
that is a fact that will haunt my nightmares.
Ugh.
Meanwhile, Violet's just like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm just doing my job here. Oh,
You don't want to know.
I like salty bread. Hello, welcome to the stream. I am joined today by my friends Violet the Black Panther
Hello.
and Latios.
Hello, do you how do?
Me and Violet are playing Power Wash Simulator, and Latios is here. Latios is just glad to be included.
I am observable phenomenon, therefore I exist.
Schrodinger's cat, he is not. Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be cleaning. Wanted to clean this part first. Oy.
So, on the topic of like Digimon and stuff from the era, who else remembers like Fox Kids and Jetix and the like?
Oh my god, Fox Kids.
Yep. And that's mostly what I watched when I went to my grandmother's house is Jetix, because that's mostly the only thing that like could watch really that I liked. Everything else wasn't really on her thing. Let's see. Oh, shut up.
I just
Get off
I
my
didn't have
shit.
Toon Disney growing up, so the only experience I had with Jetix was when it would be on ABC Family for however long that was.
Ban.
So I watched quite a lot of stuff as a child. I watched Fox Kids and then Jetix.
Like for the most part, I was raised on Cartoon Network. So
I was also raised on Cartoon Network, but also Nickelodeon, Disney, a lot of Nick Jr. when I was
and I've
younger.
I've been a little of everywhere. So like I've seen cartoons from all over.
Dude, I've seen cartoons that were out that came out before I was born. My mom bought a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle VHS tapes. They were part of I forgot what the company name was, but like they were tied to Teddy Ruxpin.
Okay.
Like if you put the tapes in and you had a Teddy Ruxpin toy,
I know what the toy is. I've seen the Nostalgia Critic talk about it, but
yeah,
oh, God. Let's not mention him anymore.
no, I'm just saying like he would react and reply to the guy on the tape before the cartoon played.
Mm.
Although I don't think I
As
actually
far as
had
stuff
a
I
Teddy
watched
Ruxpin.
when I was really little, if we're talking like old Disney stuff, Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yes.
Yeah, always.
Apparently, it was really, really popular with people on the spectrum.
Yep. I think it was the atmosphere and also just the character
With
of
the
Bear.
atmosphere, the portrayal of Bear himself.
I also found out that show lasted way longer than I thought.
Oh
And,
yeah,
and
even had a spinoff.
yeah, there was like a later season or spinoff or whatever where they left the house and the episodes would take place in the nearby town.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah,
But
me
Bear in the
neither.
Big Blue House genuinely had a 9/11 episode that was more so dealing with. I mean, the whole thing was about a fire at the local library, but that was used to teach people to cope with what just happened.
Yeah, I think
was that a good thing or a bad thing? Or do you remember?
I want to say it was a good thing.
I'm saying like how do they portray it like as a like
Well,
because was
it was the
From what I
library
remember,
burnt down.
from what I remember, they handled it pretty well.
okay.
Like it is the Jim Henson Company after all,
Hmm.
or whatever that's worth.
Speaking
I
of
don't
Jim
know. I
Henson,
don't.
Jim Henson was he made the Muppets. Like Kermit the Frog here. That's a terrible Kermit impression. Um,
Kermit Frog here. I don't know. I tried.
coming to you from the moon. From I can't do a Kermit to save my fucking life.
Just stop what you're at.
Just stop while I'm behind.
Even
yeah,
your clothes are the same. It is called the survival of the trench coated. This is Kermit the Frog here. I'm Kermit the Frog. I am. And they just start struggling.
So, Jim Henson's company, I believe, like long before the Muppets and Sesame Street and the stuff that made him popular, used to do commercials.
Oh yeah, the Wilkins coffee ads. You can find them on YouTube.
I fucking love the Wilkins coffee ads. On guard, salute Wilkins Coffee. I don't like coffee. Some learn, some don't. Wipes off blade.
Man, Kermit's grandpa was a little unhinged.
Why are we up in this tree? We're looking for Wilkins Coffee. I don't want any. Kick! Oh, look at that. The nuts are starting to fall. Like, what the hell?
Like I said, Kermit's grandpa was really unhinged.
There's also a few other products that he made commercials for. There was Clausen's bread, I think. And it was basically the same as the Wilkins coffee commercials. Like, there's this one Muppet just having a sandwich made with Clausen's bread, and one Muppet walks up that looks a lot like Kermit and says, hey, what you got there? Oh, I got a sandwich made from Clausen's bread. Can I have a bite? Sure. Proceeds to bite the Kermit look-alike.
Oh God, that sounds like all kinds of nuts.
It was a very, very special month when I discovered those commercials. I had not felt that type of joy in quite some time. The weird kind of like not quite demented joy that makes you worry if you're a sociopath, but like the kind of joy where like it like the kind of joy you get from watching a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Considering it's still the Muppets, even in a prototype state, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, I'm not watching these commercials and laughing, and also like on the inside worrying that I may be a sociopath. But I'm like looking at these commercials and laughing because it makes me think of, oh, Tom and Jerry. Like old school slapstick violence.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I'm starting to hate slapstick.
There's that video of oh shit, what was that song? It basically there's a cartoon of Ed lip syncing to the song, and it just sounds like Ed.
Oh, yeah, I know the one. I think that's Your Love.
Yeah. So, for a while now, I've been interested in this series on what's it called? Disney Junior.
Mhm.
It's called Bluey.
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen
I've
it?
seen it. I've seen it
Yeah.
on the schedule every now and again.
It's a surprisingly good show.
I thought it was a cartoon. They realized it was an actual person.
What?
I thought it was a cartoon.
It is a
but it's-
cartoon.
Oh, I thought it was an actual dude.
No,
Like how? Oh.
Bluey is
Uh-huh.
about an Australian dog and her family.
Oh.
I don't know what. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nope.
I don't know, cause I've seen like I know there's like a dog, but I thought it was kind of like Blue's Clues or something. I don't know.
I was about to say, are you about to describe Blue's Clues to me?
Cause like I don't know, cause I've seen scenes
watched
with the
that when I
actual
was about
dude
as
with the weird hat on. I don't know. Maybe I was just seeing the wrong thing.
Which when I was little enough to enjoy Bear in the Big Blue House, I watched a lot of Blue's Clues too. I was very young.
I got Okay, so in elementary school, I had a green t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt with white stripes on it, and I was a very lanky kid with short, scruffy hair. Children were not kind to me.
Who are children ever kind to you, anyways?
I was either Harry Potter or Steve. And for a time, I actually grew to hate Blue's Clues because of that. And then, I grew up. It fell off my radar. And then that fucking tweet from Steve made its way around, and I'm just like, don't say you're proud of me. I hated you for years. You're making me cry, you son of a bitch.
So it turns out part of why he left the show, Steve, was because the actor shared the name with the character, and it was becoming increasingly difficult to tell one persona from the other.
Okay. I heard like all sorts of different like shit about like why he left.
I just thought he was getting old and sick of it. I don't like, cause I mean, he'd been doing it for a while.
Like I remember someone telling me he died, and of course, I didn't believe that because, not long after I was told that, I saw him on the fucking WWE.
He was on WWE.
Yeah, Vince McMahon was trying to hire like a new, I don't know, like a new general manager, and then Steve, like his actor, just walks out onto the ring, sits down in the comfy looking chair for an interview, and then Steve McMahon just literally beats the shit out of him.
That's funny.
Backtracking a little, more about stuff on Jetix, since I brought it up earlier.
Okay.
I used to love watching Jetix when it was on, particularly if I was homesick on a weekday. I was honestly more invested in Power Rangers Generations than I ever was in class, and that's mostly due to the fact that I hated everyone.
I mean, that's
Like,
fair.
I hated everyone in school.
I hate all of you. I'm gonna go home and watch Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's like, if I could get a regular job, that would be me now. It's like, I hate all of you. I'm going home to watch Power Rangers. Oh,
But there was another show that my sisters and I enjoyed watching whenever we could get a chance. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Oh my god, I love that show. That was a good show.
I freaking loved it. I love that show, and like I swear
it was likable. The animation was interesting to say the least.
I swear that show was like grooming me to love Super Sentai. Maybe that wasn't the right word to use, but it was the first thing that popped in my head.
It was basically an entry point to the ideas of like tokusatsu in general.
Yep. I mean, like, there was...
And I mean, I was already a fan of Power Rangers at the time, so that show was right up my alley.
Yeah. Like, the frickin', it was a team of 5 with a big robot. There was
5 monkeys, 1 human.
4 monkeys, 1 human. Or wait,
No, there were 5
What's
monkeys.
it for? I thought it
No,
was five.
hold on. There was red,
5 monkeys for each
Red,
part of the robot.
yellow,
Each
black,
foot for
blue,
each
and
part of the
green.
robot. Each
blue,
foot,
and green.
each hand, head, and torso.
Okay, so
The
yeah.
rest of it was the skin.
It was a 6-man team. My bad. Well, 1-man,
But
5-monkey team.
I mean, it
I'm
used
about
to
to
be a
say
six-monkey
what?
team, but things happen.
And there was also originally a pre. They had a oh, wow, mouth and brain, mouth and
Words
mouth and brain fail.
Like,
cannot
there
compute.
was originally a sixth monkey named Mandarin, but he ended up going bad.
Quite literally, the Mandarin orange monkey went bad.
But
My God.
And,
yeah, when
and
you
then there was the silver monkey,
hear the
which ended
names,
up being used as like a new body for the black monkey.
now the twist, we were like, I think my sisters saw it coming, but I was like totally unprepared for the origins of the Skeleton King.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to spoil this, but then again, it's a pretty old show by now.
I don't think anyone's gonna care. Might as well just say it.
The alchemist that created the robot monkeys in the first place did so because he knew he was becoming the Skeleton King and couldn't stop it.
That's right. I remember that.
He basically made his own kryptonite and said, "Go out there."
Get out there and kick my ass.
But like, seriously, some of the stuff they got away with, I'm like, how on earth did they do that? When I look back on it now,
I mean, it was easier to get away with stuff back then.
like turning the Skeleton King into a Lovecraftian monster. When he got attached to that world-eating worm thing. They just kept calling it the Skeleton King worm, and when they finally managed to kill the worm, it turns out one of the Skeleton King's other minions spent an entire season gathering stuff to bring him back.
That is literally the plot to several Castlevania games.
Oh, and then there's the kick in the gut.
The what?
Oh, and then there's the kick in the gut. Turns out, right when the Skeleton King is actually revived, and the team is basically scrambling to pull all the resources together to stop him again, the show ends.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
It didn't have a proper ending.
It ends on a cliffhanger with the entire universe mobilizing to stop, essentially, a demon god Skeleton King.
What the fuck?
You could tell they wanted another season, but didn't get one.
I hate it when that happens.
They've basically also got a record saying 10 more episodes is all we would have needed. Yep. Just, yeah.
That fucking sucks.
It does. Like, there's still fans campaigning to try to at least get those last 10 episodes, or, barring that, condense the plot of those episodes into a movie.
I mean, this late in the game, I highly doubt it.
I mean, like they have a
I'll-
better
I'd
chance
just be
of
happy
making
with
a comic book.
at this rate. I would just be happy with a comic book at this rate.
Mm.
And honestly, they should make it into a comic or something, because then they'd have more freedom to tell more stories and, not worry about a network hovering over their heads every given moment.
That's true.
Something else that I believe I got introduced to via Jetix, Metabots. I know it was on Fox Kids for a while, but I got introduced to it via the reruns on Jetix.
I don't remember that one.
I do, and let me tell you. Okay.
So
You
let
know
me
that.
give you.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me just say this. You know that feeling you get. You know that feeling, Violet, when you first learn that there's like a shit ton more Digimon than what you watched as a kid.
Always.
Yeah,
Because there is always. Because there is always more.
No, that's the feeling I got with Metabots, because turns out it wasn't just a cartoon show, it was an entire franchise. There are video games.
What?
it's still going in Japan.
That's crazy.
And it's still going in Japan, just like Latio said.
What the fuck?
So here's a basic premise. It's a not too distant future, but still distant enough. Okay, so
It's basically
robots
BattleBots.
called Metabots are widely available now. You can pick them up at your local corner store if you really wanted to. There's that widespread.
You can go to a.
They're
to
only
a
about 3 feet tall. They are customizable. You have the endoskeleton. You have what's called a metal, which serves as the robot brain, and the miscellaneous armor bits you can attach.
Basically, you can go into a 7-Eleven and pick up a robot.
Basically, Bionicles.
I mean, not entirely accurate, but not wrong.
See, I always saw it like BattleBots, but with like customizable stuff.
So, the main character, whom I'm going to call Tenryo because his actual first name is hilarious, and I don't want to turn him into a joke yet.
Wasn't it Iki?
Yet.
So, yeah. Yes, it was Bear. Yes, it was. He's been working on saving up his allowance for quite a while to get even a cheap model of Metabot, because apparently they're somehow in this gray area of too expensive but cheap. He wants a Metabot of his own because he's basically obsessed with the sport you can play with these things called row battling.
Mm-hmm.
Like certain spiky-haired Pokemon masters to be, he aspired to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Ah. Wait, why am I going, I know this shit.
Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. When he ends up getting when he ends up getting his Metabot, it turns out it's a very old Hercules beetle type. Like so old that he's constantly made fun of for it.
Hmm.
But he lucks out finding a medal again, basically the Metabot soul, at the shores of a river, and between that and the Metabot he purchased, he gets Metabee. Metabee is a sassy rebel who basically he shoots at you if you talk back to him. He is Metabee is a walking attitude. Like, imagine if Pikachu never lost his attitude from the first episode of the show.
Oh God.
So basically Charizard?
No,
Charizard.
even Charizard calmed down a bit. Like in
He was still sassy.
yeah, but like in the Indigo League, he was absolutely he was a sass master.
You like okay, so they basically use this as a joke. First off, hilariously enough, it's pissing Metabee off that gets the robot to start up in the first place.
That just sounds like Charizard just pissing him off to get into the fight.
Basically.
And you don't really feel too bad for Eevee getting repeatedly shot at and sassed by his Metabot because they give him enough of an ego that you want to take him down a peg. You more or less want to see them both get what's coming to them so they'll eventually start developing as people. And it does come to them. A lot. And honestly, like, first off, the dub did, like, fantastic in working in all the weird-ass puns that they did. Like, it had a sense of humor to rival the first couple of seasons of Digimon.
Oh boy.
And no one can forget the nigh immortal Mr. Referee. Mr. Referee lives up to his name, as he will somehow spontaneously appear from the ether to referee a robot whenever one happens in the show.
He is a spirit. He is a non-physical life form. He will manifest whenever the spirit of battle is present.
I guess.
Kind of
So
like Majima from Yakuza. What when you don't want him to show up, he's right there in that garbage bin.
when as the show goes on, new friends are made, rivalries are sparked, all that good stuff. But we also get some interesting world building surrounding the Metabots themselves. Like how the original metals that made the first Metabots, technically Metabee's metal included, were the remnants of an ancient civilization that turned themselves into robots and then into these metals.
I
A civilization that basically fell to conflict and wiped themselves out.
I'm sorry. What? Did
Did I stutter?
did Yu
No, seriously, did I stutter? I might have a problem.
did did Yu-Gi-Oh rip this off?
That depends. What came first?
Uh, Metabots.
Then probably. I don't know.
I mean, it depends on which ancient civilization in Yu-Gi-Oh you're referring to. If you're talking ancient Egypt, that was a thing since like season 0, which created Metabots.
Which what? You said season 0?
So Yu-Gi-Oh has what's called by fans season 0.
I'm aware of that, but you cut out during your explanation.
If you meant like the ancient Egypt stuff, it's been that way since season 0, which predates Metabots.
Fuck! Wait. When did the Metabot games come out?
As far as I know, the original games were released on the Game Boy Color. I don't remember the exact year.
Because if those came out before Yu-Gi-Oh,
Either way, I'm getting off track. The main villain of the story, who literally names himself Dr. Meta Evil, I am not kidding,
to
he wants to essentially reclaim the Earth for the ancient civilization, conquer the world in their name, and turn himself into a Metabot. Because humans are just not worth it in his eyes.
how much do you think it would be? How much do you think it would take to convince him to turn himself into a Metabot first, and then we just have the problem solved?
Honestly, I wish they'd been that clever.
Because like, if he turns himself into a Metabot first,
But
you can
then,
just
if he did, we wouldn't have gotten the giant mech battle.
I'm sorry, the what?
The giant mech battle.
There is a mech
So-
battle?
So at the end of season 1 or season 2, depending on who you ask, I'm getting to it. So, well, they basically took Dr. Meta Evil's personal Metabot from the game and turned it into a giant fucking robot.
As you do.
So, in order to combat it, we find out that the Metabots Corporation had been spending time and resources making an equally giant version of Metabee to be piloted by multiple Metabots at once to fight something of this caliber, despite the fact that they had no precedent for this whatsoever.
I mean, does Tony Stark
They-
run the
they-
Metabot company? Because I can
thought it was
totally
cool.
see that happening.
I mean, he might. We never really see who runs the top of the Metabot Corporation.
Because like, I would absolutely believe that Tony Stark would build a giant robot just because.
I mean, I
Um,
guess he technically
now,
did with one of his
For as
suits.
weird,
That's
for as
true.
weird as all this stuff was so far, I've yet to hit you with the weirdest part.
Oh boy.
Joy.
Aliens.
Of course!
So it turns out there was an alien civilization that had been studying the planet for a while. There was an alien civilization that had been studying the planet for a while, and they were and basically one of the main characters, a Metabot named Rokusho, his own human had gone missing years ago. It turns out the aliens had abducted him after an attempt on his life. The aliens nursed him back to health, and he's been studying space ever since.
Okay.
Transformers.
More than meets the eyes.
Jesus Christ.
Like, Metabots is wacky, it is weird, and it is a fun time. It is genuinely a fun show, and I'm surprised it failed when it did.
I like.
I blame Pokemania.
Out of all the shows that came out around the Pokemania time, I think the only ones to actually survive are Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
So, the fun fact here is that despite Metabots failing here, it is still very much an active thing in Japan.
Oh, I know.
Significantly reduced over the years, but still active.
You were there. You were there when I did a VR chat stream, and I found a world with Metabot avatars.
The most recent thing I know of that Metabots has done is a two-pronged approach to keep itself, in the public consciousness. First off, the original Game Boy Color games were re-released on the Switch eShop in Japan.
Bring that shit over.
Second, they made Metabots dim cards for the Vital Hero.
Oh yeah.
But then again, they also made some Kamen Rider ones too, so...
Oh hell yeah, they did.
Like, honestly, I was genuinely considering buying one and ultimately decided against it.
Well, from what I
I wanted
understand,
the Digivice to be for Digimon.
from what I understand, you'd have to get a different bracelet for the Ultraman and Kamen Rider dim cards, because they're not dim cards, they're Vim cards. They work on a similar but different system. Although apparently there was recently a Vital bracelet that was released that can use both. So I gotta look into that.
Same. Anyways, going back to the topic of Digimon and sort of keeping on the Jetix theme. That was how I was introduced to Digimon Frontier.
Oh yeah.
That's the one Digimon series that I still have their opening, full opening in my music. Because I liked it that much.
Probably the best opening Digimon ever had.
Basically, yeah.
Now, the chanting, the drums.
Fun fact, that was kind of my first Digimon series. Kind of. Now, to explain, I had seen bits and pieces of the first batch of seasons 1 through 3, but that was just it, bits and pieces. Frontier was the first time I made it through most of, if not the entire show.
So, for me, it's kind of the opposite. I watched all of season 1, 2, and 3, and I started Frontier, but I never finished it.
And Frontier has kind of been a permanent stay in my consciousness ever since. I have had hints to it and references and so on in my Digimon works ever since.
So what are we doing in here?
Oh my god, AJ!
Ah! No! No, I'm sorry.
Hello, AJ. Me and Violet are playing Power Wash Simulator. My friend Latios is talking about Digimon, and then you just come in and
Hello.
scare all of us.
Also, I think my heart just ran downstairs. Let me go get it.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing people in this chat in this voice chat, are you, Andrew?
What's that?
You're not used to seeing people in this voice chat, are you?
So how is everybody?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah?
I was struggling to think of what to stream today. I was gonna stream an old PlayStation 1 game through RetroArch, but then it froze on me. And
Everyone seems to be on the kick on the PlayStation 1 graphics lately. Even some indie game developers have been making games with the old PlayStation graphics.
it's nostalgia.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it didn't work, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna play Power Wash Simulator, and Violet was like, I was gonna ask if we could play that. I was like, okay, sure, fuck it.
Mhm.
So, first off, I have my heart back. Getting it
Okay.
back in is a pain, but I've got it back.
Congratulations.
Latios, meet Andrew. Andrew, meet my good friend Latios.
Hey, Latios, how are you doing?
Secondly, hello.
Hello.
Anyways, so
As you're
I was
saying
talking
before, you
to
got
my
your
friend.
heart ripped down and thrown down the stairs.
Kalima!
Yeah, the last time I had a dog,
So
that's happened to me too.
yeah, you'd be surprised how many times I've died and respawned. Anyways, out of the Digimon stuff I've seen, my favorite Digimon I can count off on one hand. It's like,
I mean,
as far as Frontier is concerned, I liked the Spirits of Light and Darkness, which I'm counting as two separate entities.
for me, I can literally just list my favorite Digimon on one hand. Omnimon and
As
Bearmon.
for as for older seasons, I liked Gatomon because I grew up around cats. I like cats. Patamon was pretty cute. And I had a soft spot for Terriermon because it's adorable.
Deceptively adorable.
Deceptively.
I'm telling you, that little shit could get away with anything because of how cute he is.
Terriermon are aware of how cute they are and spec all of their stats into Persuasion and Charisma.
That does not surprise me.
You know, looking at like I remember watching like the first few episodes. I maybe even watched the first season, but I never got past that. Like I think I got preoccupied by other stuff.
So, I...
So, my number one favorite Digimon out of the whole bunch, I honestly didn't even know existed until a few years ago.
Which is
Meikumon,
Of
a
course.
Gatomon variant that was introduced for Digimon Adventure Tri, a series of movies.
It's based off a Maycoon cat.
And beyond that, the funny thing is, I hadn't even seen the Digimon Tri movies when I discovered Meikumon because I had just been browsing the Digimon wiki at the time and only just stumbled on it by accident.
So, let me rephrase. Let me take back an earlier statement. Um, because I forgot one of my other favorite Digimon. Caramon.
Yeah, that creepy little SOB.
Because because when I watched the Digimon movie, there were two things I took away from that. Omnimon is fucking awesome, and Diaboromon was terrifyingly cool. The, thi-
Agreed.
the thing nearly wiped out the nearly wiped out Japan with a nuclear missile.
Diablomon nearly caused a nuclear war.
And the only way they managed to stop him is by flooding him with mail.
They literally had to spam him with emails to slow him down enough to kill him. They fought him with spam.
Literally, the only way they could beat him was through spam. Because Omnimon was fast and strong, but Diaboromon was still faster.
So, funny enough, the very movies that introduced Meikumon also introduced a new form of Omnimon.
Oh, yeah.
We call it Merciful Mode.
And it is
Which was
anything but.
basically, let's give Omnimon a bunch of blue highlights, replace his cape with a set of angel wings, and let's take his sword and turn it into a katana.
Because fuck it, why not?
Yeah. Why not?
That's pretty much the attitude for, like, anything Digimon related. Like, why is this one Digimon literally just, like, a dog? Because fuck it, why not?
Well, why is this one a gun with googly eyes and limbs? Because fuck it, why not?
This one's just a pile of shit! And?
Because fuck it, why not?
It really does explain a lot about Digimon.
So, yeah, when I found Meikumon, I had been browsing the Digimon wiki and just kind of found it by accident because I had seen that there was a subspecies and variations tab on the Gatomon page. So I click it and I'm like, what are half these things? I've never heard of these. I ended up clicking Meikumon and I was greeted with the most adorable Digimon I've ever seen. To the point where in a fanfic I'm writing with some friends, I ended up making that exact joke and my friends, like, two of them one had a Black Gatomon and the other had a Terriermon. Both their partners stopped to glare at my Meikumon. All because I happened to make that comment. That I thought it was cuter.
Oh, yeah. Terriermon's like, wait, that's illegal.
But yeah, in that same story, like amongst the friend reviews I got going on, one of them had mentioned that Aramon kind of came off as the older brother who's trying to be responsible and failing miserably. He's just too crazy to be responsible.
And Bearmon's my partner, Digimon.
Like, honestly, I have so much fun writing that story and a lot of the others I got going on. Sometimes I just kind of forget to stop and take in what I've already written.
You lose yourself in your writing.
That's always a good thing, though. You know, like you get on a spiel where you're constantly writing, and it's like you got all these creative thoughts. It's like it's
When
best
I'm in
to
the
not
zone,
stop.
I suddenly
Yeah.
look like when I'm in the zone, I look at the clock and I'm like, how did 5 hours already pass?
Why is it
That's a,
already Tuesday?
but that's a good way to focus, though. That's that's
What
a
do you
good.
mean it's Thursday? It was Sunday last I looked. Yeah, I mean,
But
this is why I keep saying, like, I can't imagine living my life without my autism spectrum disorder, because it definitely helps me with this kind of focus.
it definitely helps when
I was
it's
diagnosed at like 8 years old with Asperger's syndrome, but apparently it's called autism spectrum disorder now.
yeah, they fused a bunch of stuff together.
Yeah, just call it neurodivergence.
I just call it Asperger's because like that's how it was introduced to me. So,
Yeah, more or less the same.
but like Asperger's can be really good
Like,
for
it has its downsides, but I put up with them because I cannot imagine living without the upsides.
it's really good at letting you like focus on stuff that you are super interested in. But if it's anything you're not interested in, it is like a slog. Like me and my cousin forced me to watch romantic comedy, and like it felt like hours passed. And by the time we finished that movie, me and my cousin
It's
looked at
for
each
reasons
other
like
and
those. It's for reasons like those why I can't watch live action TV unless it's like Kamen Rider or Power Rangers.
so after we finished watching the movie, me and my cousin looked at each other, right? And my cousin just says, "That movie sucked." And my response was, "I told you! I told you it'd be bad!"
That's funny.
Of course, I just thought it was going to be bad because it was a romantic comedy. But it was bad for multiple reasons. That movie just fucking sucked. And whatever message they were trying to impart in the end was completely ruined by one character.
Hmm.
Like the main character was starting to learn her own faults, her own downsides, and like how to better herself. And then one character comes in, and is like, you know what? Fuck it. You're awesome the way you're awesome when you're a bitch.
Damn.
Don't be a pussy. And the main character is like, you know what? You're right. Fuck this small town bullshit. I'm out. It's like no lessons were learned.
If there's any justice, they were struck by lightning the instant the camera turned off.
Or the director of the movie met Cocaine Bear.
Oh my god.
So, Andrew, as I
No,
start,
no. Let Andrew go look at his stream and see what the ad is when you get on it. I want to know, cause.
Well, I'm on both y'all streams.
Oh, what was the? Did you see an ad when you got on his stream, or are you subscribed to him?
I did see an ad, but like I opened up a bunch of tabs and like I was going back and forth and like um
Oh, okay.
so I
Oh,
didn't
shit.
really see it. Was it about Cocaine Bear?
yes.
Yes, both of mine and
Yeah.
Latios are cocaine bear.
Yeah, it seems to be. I have to silence certain people in regards to it because they keep on wanting to bring it up, and I'm like, no, no. We're not talking about this right now.
How do you think I feel? I even told these two when I was a kid. I got made fun of for looking like Harry Potter, And also looking like Steve from Blue's Clues, because I had a shirt that looked exactly like his, and I was a lanky kid with short, scruffy hair. So I got made fun of for looking like Harry Potter and Steve from Blue's Clues, and now as a 30-year-old adult, people are associating me and my online persona as freaking cocaine bear.
Oh my god. You know what? Just roll with it. If
No,
it brings the click, if it brings the clicks in, you know what? Just roll with it.
no. There's a very good reason I don't want to roll with it. I don't want to be associated with drugs.
Yeah, I understand that. But I used to be
On a quick thing,
people used to
I
say
just
I
don't know
look
if I
like
should be speaking for Bear on this, but we at the Bear Cave do not condone substance abuse.
We do not condone substance abuse or violence, but we do condone sending a message.
and that is Power Washer is very soothing to the soul.
I did
Speaking
call
of,
this game
speaking of which, Bear, no offense, how are you still not done with that mountain?
It's look at this thing. Look at this. It's gigantic.
Oh,
Look
that's
how much
funny.
I've done, and I started it after you, sir.
That's funny as
Listen,
fuck.
listen. I had to do the outer walls. I had to do the pedestals. I had to do this giant ass.
Where were the two of
Fountaintop.
you? Where were the two of you when I owned a roofing company? Like I needed people to power spray, and like I couldn't find anyone anywhere. Like I was paying good money too. Like
Well, I mean,
It's the first floor already.
listen. It took a lot to clean all this shit.
in the end, I switched to chemical. It was easier to clean things off with chemical.
Speaking of chemical, did you guys hear about that train derailment?
Yes, the entire planet did, and we are totally screwed in regards to any produce that we get from Ohio. And if it seeps into the Mississippi River, which all rivers do in the U.S., by FYI, well, not all, but like a good chunk of the major rivers do. Um, so Ohio's like it's all right there, just gonna seek into
Pardon
the
my inexplicable obliviousness, but what happened?
So,
Ohio had a train derailed that had tons of chemicals and
namely vinyl chloride, which someone got it in. Like I don't know, I don't know who it was, but it was like someone in on the federal level thought it would be a good idea to do a controlled burn on chemicals.
this is Ohio that we're talking about too. So
And
More geniuses. I'm the government.
and
I'm the
here's
government. I'm the reason
reason
nothing
nothing works. So, damn. So, the thing with vinyl chloride is that is like if it reaches a certain temperature, like if it is lit on fire, it will turn into hydrochloric acid. That's
Which
not a
cr-
good
Oh, that was
thing.
not good.
which quickly turns into a gas when exposed to air.
And it is just it's getting everywhere, and Ohio might possibly end up having acid rain.
Well, I mean, like it's so alright, so it's basically it's mustard gas, um, is essentially what it turns into, because it goes into the to
Congratulations, U.S. government. You got a Latios to facepalm.
Damn it, I knew I was gonna do that.
well,
Wait,
this is
how
what
do you
happens when we
how do
don't have proper regulation.
how
I
do you
mean,
get
like
a Latios to facepalm when it doesn't have hands? I almost said how do you get it to facepalm when it doesn't have a face?
hey,
Honestly, I don't know how I managed it either, but I managed. Like, seriously, with these tiny little T-Rex arms, I don't know how I reached.
Well, it has been fun hanging out with y'all. I have to go back to doing.
Teach your
Adult-
stuff.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, thank you
Ye-
for stopping in, Andrew, and thank you for nearly killing us all with a heart attack.
Oh my god. You know what?
I think I put my heart in backwards, actually.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Later.
Later.
Well, that happened.
We-
I was really not expecting Andrew to just show up.
Me neither, because he's at work. Or of course he could. He's probably. I'm guessing he was on lunch or something.
So, I just today managed to finish the main campaign for SD Gundam Battle Alliance.
Nice.
It's a fun game, if a little grind heavy.
Oh yeah, it's oh man, it's grind heavy. Gives me
Yeah,
flashbacks
you
of
know,
Digimon World
unlocking one of the
3.
mobile suits I wanted the most, and it turns out the other half of the blueprints was locked behind a chaos mission that still has yet to pop.
Oh,
What I mean is, it's there, it just hasn't activated yet.
right.
I will get that O Gundam eventually, though.
Speaking of Gundam, I started building up the Gray Zero.
Nice.
I did paint a little bit more on it. Um, Nothing major. I took one of the beam saber uh, things and just like painted it gray. Well,
I figured you would have wanted to use the white ones on the White Runner.
oh no, I mean like the actual like the things the beam comes out of, the hilt.
I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, like, as far as the beam saber pouches and the sabers themselves, I thought you would have used the white ones, not the.
Oh no, I am using the white ones. I just painted the saber hilt gray.
Colored sabers, white pouches. Okay.
And I'm only using the one because prototype.
Makes sense. Um, that is a lot of clean mansion.
Yeah.
I'll just wait until you see me finish this fountain.
Can I help him out here, Violet, or something?
Do
I
you
got-
need help?
I got it. I'm good.
Don't forget the very tippy top.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
It's not my first rodeo.
I just figured if you're gonna go in co-op, actually go co-op.
Well, I figured she was gonna help me with the fountain, but then she started working on the mansion,
Oh well, I thought we. I don't know.
and I
I,
wasn't. I'm not gonna stop her. Like,
yeah, you see how much more shit I've gotten done.
So seriously, help him.
no, I got it. I got it.
No, he got himself into this mess. He can get out of it.
What do you mean I got myself into? Like, I
I
started with.
don't-
I started with what would have been the easiest one.
Well, apparently not, because like I said, I've gotten more shit done than you have.
Okay. Hmm. That is unfortunate.
Are you trying to get up to the top?
Yes.
Huh.
Is there a ladder?
I didn't see one unless I wasn't looking. I know there's a short one, but not a. I haven't seen a tall one now. That's weird. I didn't see a actual ladder.
The one time I need an actual ladder and it's nowhere around.
Last time I was here, I got locked in the freezer. I am not going back in there. And I've never even played this game before.
Here, let's see.
Like, genuinely, I have no idea how that happened. Last time I tried lumberries.
Let's see, no ladder, no ladder. Well, you could walk on top of this shit. Didn't know that. Okay, let me try. Have you tried putting this in here?
Yes, I've tried. It doesn't work.
Ah. Yeah, that's way too far. That's...
Can you
nope.
Yay!
Oh, there you go.
It's
Okay.
done!
Good. Now, how many finish this damn building?
No, I'm going on my union break.
And there
Oh,
goes
sh-
him. One thing I found kind of funny was how Toonami was going like, yeah, we tried having Yu-Gi-Oh on, but then we ended up losing the ability to play it. And now let's have Duel Masters that shoot off instead.
Duel Masters.
Just watch, I'll have a bunch of angry Duel Masters stands coming after me. If any exist.
right.
I mean, like, for what it was, it seemed like an interesting card game. It's just I couldn't get behind the anime.
I think that the English dub of the anime was like a parody. Because like it didn't take itself too serious. I don't know if that was the case with the original dub, but the English dub we got was just like jokes galore. No one took anything seriously. Blah blah blah.
I might actually have Duel Monsters cards. Duel Master cards, whatever they're called.
I used to have some somewhere. I don't know where they are now.
They're somewhere in one of my closets. Or somewhere in this closet. I don't know.
Thinking of like things from around that time that I probably still have in a box somewhere that I've not seen in years. Beyblade.
Oh, I have Beyblades.
Oh my
No,
god.
wait, no, I don't. Never mind. I think I have like one somewhere, and that's it. No, it's Bakugan that I got. I got Bakugan.
Have you ever heard of Battle Beat 'em On?
No.
Actually, yes, I've heard of that.
Basically, it was like you would build your own little like chibi Gundam style little robot that would shoot marbles.
It's basically if SD Gundam had a marble launching gimmick. And like, bless them, they tried, but they could not make those battle scenes interesting for me. I don't know what it was.
So, I meant to mention this earlier when we were on Digimon, but um like I feel like my interest in and the dark and eerie started with Digimon.
The Dark Ocean in season 2.
Well, not just that, because when Tai goes home after defeating Edamon,
No. Shit. I fell off.
Oh yeah, that.
because that was just weird.
I'm getting close.
That
And
was
also the
weird and
art
creepy.
for one episode.
Huh?
Like for the episode Ty went back home, the entire animation style was like different.
Yes.
It more closely resembled the prequel segment from the Digimon movie.
I have to wonder if maybe that was a tie-in. Like, I mean, like not in English, obviously, but I mean like in Japan when the show was airing, because like what we got as the Digimon movie was actually like 3 films in one.
Yeah, one of which was heavily cut down in order to fit in the time slot, which is like, okay, why?
Which one was it?
I believe it was Hurricane Touchdown, the Golden Digimentals.
Oh, the one with Willis.
You would know it for Wendigomon.
Yeah, that fucking monstrosity. Could have named it after anything, but no, you named it after a fucking Wendigo.
And when we found another one in Digimon Survive,
It lived up to the name. Fucking ate a person. Admittedly, a person who had it coming, but still.
As the truthful route showed us, a person who had it coming but was not irredeemable.
Yep. But yeah, like the episode where Ty came back home, which was like just bizarre. Um,
Frontier had a similar episode.
I think I remember that, and it also kind of creeped me out. There's the Dark Ocean in season 2, which I swear I had no chance. I was born to be a Lovecraft fan. Because I look back at the Dark Ocean and like I looked it up on like the wiki and everything, and like there's a picture of Kyrie walking past a
Kari.
sign, or Kari walking past a sign with Digimon characters, and someone translated it, and it said "Welcome to Innsmouth," and I'm just like, motherfucker! And with the Divermon there, like being the deep ones, Dragomon being Cthulhu,
God,
and depending on the
Egomon was just yikes.
and depending on which dub you were watching, there was a different reference. If you were watching the English dub, the Divermon wanted her to be their queen, which means they wanted her to be their Mother Hydra. Because the deep ones worship Dagon, which I'm shocked they went with Cthulhu instead of Dagon for Digimon, but whatever. Cthulhu's more well known. But yeah, they wanted her. They worship Dagon and Mother Hydra. And in the English dub, they're like, "Be our queen, be our queen." It's like they want her to be fucking Mother Hydra. But in the Japanese dub, it's much, much creepier. Because they want to bang her.
Ooh.
Which is,
Just
again...
continuing the trend of everyone hitting on Kari and her being either oblivious or non-receptive.
Like, she... Like, that is a reference to how the Deep Ones reproduced in the story. Because they can't reproduce with their own kind, they have to mate with the human, and the offspring would become another deep one. Like eventually, like it would start as like a normal kid, like a normal baby, but as it got older, the Innsmouth look, as they called it, would start to take hold, and then eventually, like, they would look so freakish that it was clear they weren't human. Of course, that came with advanced age. But yeah, like the dark ocean with the fucking lighthouse, the sign, the Divermon, Dragomon, the differences between the English and Japanese dub.
On the note of Lovecraftian stuff, I am honestly surprised you said I had managed to capture a Lovecraftian description pretty well, despite never reading one of his books.
What was this for again?
My attempt to rewrite the 2007 Michael Bay movie,
Oh yeah.
Captain Witwicky's Journal.
Yeah. Okay. That's because of at the Mountains of Madness, where an where an Arctic expedition finds something that starts to drive them crazy, and the way Captain Witwicky like sort of descends into, well, mad ravings near the end just show like it's basically like at the Mountains of Madness. He saw something his brain couldn't comprehend, and it broke him.
Ah, god damn it.
It's just, in this case, instead of being a mountain range that shouldn't exist, it was just Megatron.
Megatron burning the coordinates of the Allspark into his glasses.
That
Still.
too.
Speaking of which, I need to rewatch those movies because I want to watch the newer ones.
Okay, all you need to do is watch Bumblebee.
I
only
know,
one
but
you need
I
to
still want to
watch
watch
out
the.
of the new one.
I still want to rewatch the other ones too, just mostly for
Why?
nostalgia, I guess. Because I like them.
Even the last night?
I don't think I watched that one.
Okay, good,
I
don't.
basically refuse to watch Age of Extinction or The Last Night on principle.
You know what? Because you said that, I'm watching it anyway.
Yeah, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna be like, why did I watch that shit?
It doesn't matter if she's gonna like the repeat and say she liked it.
Oh my god, if she says she likes it, I'm just gonna jump off this roof.
Boing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been cautiously optimistic for Rise of the Beast, but with each trailer, that is starting to fade as I'm getting Bay flashbacks.
So I'm also getting Bay flashbacks, but I'm getting like the first movie flashbacks, which is not a bad thing. As bad as those movies got, the first one was still pretty good.
Because at the very least, they were trying in that first one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff didn't hit, but they tried.
I still
I
remember.
liked how they were had a bunch of like crude humor in it. I don't know why, especially since we grew up with it as a children's cartoon and they just made it adult. I'm just like, oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
Because nothing's more mature than Peyton's kid.
Like I remember watching the movie with a friend at a local drive-in theater.
All I got out of the crude quote unquote adult humor in that film was, oh hey, someone's watched Ren and Stimpy in their lifetime.
And when we got to the part where Megatron grabbed Jazz, who is my friend's favorite Transformer, um, she screamed and cursed.
That so did not deserve that.
She cursed a lot. And we were still kids too, so I learned a lot of curse words that day.
Believe it or not, it was almost worse than it was.
But I'm actually optimistic for Rise of the Beasts. I wish they kept the director from Bumblebee, but I can also understand them wanting to go with like someone new. It just doesn't fill me with confidence that the guy has maybe 3 credits to his name, and 2 of them are for music videos.
This is gonna feel like Gundam Age all over again, isn't it? Person who has no idea what the pacing.
Well, no,
Person who has no idea what the pacing he should be working with feels like, so he ends up making the wrong decisions.
Oh, well, no, because at worst it's gonna be like Zack Snyder's early films, which weren't that bad.
Do I get the
admittedly.
pitchforks or the torches?
Well, he made 300 and The Watchmen, which weren't that bad.
And I have watched neither.
The book for Watchmen is better, because the Watchmen movie suffers from superhero syndrome, in which, despite not having powers, these people can just like destroy concrete with a kick, or like break a person's rib cage.
The most experience I've had with Watchmen was it's just some random guy on YouTube doing his Marvel DC crossover stuff. And the one time Dr. Manhattan showed up in the Gmod Idiot box.
Dr. Manhattan is one of the scariest things in the entire multiverse. Because, like, he can just make things happen.
And yet somehow he cannot beat Dr. Hax.
I mean, in a fair fight, he probably could.
Then again, Dr. Hax's whole shtick is that he disables anything he claims is the Hax, which means basically any superpowers whatsoever.
That's true.
Honestly, it was a really cool skit because because Dr. Manhattan's going on about all the stuff he could do and how godlike he's supposed to be. Then Dr. Hack shows up, and the skit ends with, "For the first time, I feel fear."
Well, here's the thing about Dr. Manhattan. At the end of the Watchmen comic, he decided to leave Earth. And not just Earth. He decided to leave the universe. Because there was nothing there to hold him anymore. His girlfriend had moved on, and found real love instead of the fake love that he provided her, because he really couldn't comprehend love anymore. But his girlfriend was happy with another person. Anyone he cared about was, well, aside from his girlfriend, anyone he cared about was dead or never wanted to see him again.
Oh, if I may bring us back to Transformers for a moment. So, a couple days ago, like a little bit after my last appearance on your stream, we had Red and we had a discussion about how it's a Transformers animated crossover, and I have already mentioned this in our unified chat with Silas.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically had this idea that if we were to do a Transformers animated and MLP crossover of all things, which I am doing that. When Sentinel Prime shows up, he's basically having an allergic reaction to the planet itself due to his severe inability to comprehend friendship.
That's funny.
Because he's so self-absorbed and in his own little world and cannot help another person out of the goodness of his spark to save his life, the magic of friendship has recognized him as its very antithesis and is attacking him.
Oh my god!
So when he takes his first alternate mode, that being one of the trains that run through Equestria, because he refuses to take an organic alt mode if he can help it.
Yeah, because he hates
basically
organics.
Constantly breaking out in a rash. So he's basically either in the decontamination shower constantly, or spraying himself with that sanitizer stuff you see in animated. This all changes once they leave for Cybertron again, and Sentinel mandates they ditch the organic mode, then go back to their Cybertronian mode, for Jazz to keep all the data on a disk. A disk that he employs once Ultra Magnus gets involved.
Of course.
And because Ultra Magnus overruled him, Sentinel is forced to take on such an organic alternate mode, much to his vocal displeasure.
Yeah. I remember this.
And so he becomes a standard Earth pony. No horn, no magic, no wings, no flight.
I can just imagine him complaining that he can't do what the others can, because he doesn't understand how they work.
Plus, he may or may not be jealous of Optimus having a super special, awesome-looking alt mode. And yes, I quoted Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Anyways. As for Ultra Magnus's alt mode, we settled on a yak. I mean, it felt appropriately bulky, so
Yakety yak, don't talk back. I'm sorry. That just the second you said yak, that was in my head.
hey, it's fine. I don't control what goes on in there.
No one does, not even me.
I took one look in there and I thought I was looking into the mind of Cthulhu, so I backed off. Just to show you, kids, never look. Not even out of curiosity.
This is why I make the joke that if a psychic tried to probe my mind for information, they would just start screaming uncontrollably. Or if a demon tried to possess me, like they would be out faster than you can say Jesus.
The Flying Dutchman would just completely reject you on principle.
Yep.
But yeah, as far as other alt modes are concerned, we decided a hippogriff would actually work pretty well for Jazz.
I do believe you mentioned that, yes.
As for Jetfire and Jetstorm, I'm not even entirely sure they'll come into existence as we know them, considering the way things are playing out. Like, I'm genuinely not sure if we'll actually get Starscream clones, let alone how how Jetfire and Jetstorm were created in the animated continuity. Now, here's one I don't think I've mentioned. Megatron.
Oh boy.
I was gonna turn him into a centaur or minotaur or something along the lines. Because making him a dragon would be too easy, and I'd end up falling into my Beast Wars mindset for a character that does not talk like that, so no. I could, at the very least, have Megatron complaining that he can't fly anymore. As for some of the other bots, I knew going in I was going to have to turn Blitzwing into a changeling.
Turn who into a changeling?
Blitzwing.
Ah.
See, Blitzwing's alt modes were affected by the constant personality switches. I knew right away if I implemented the way changelings work for that, I'd have a laugh riot turning him into any damn thing I could think of. He's not a triple changer anymore, but it still works. As for Starscream, I was considering a Phoenix mode.
Interesting.
To further hammer in that he keeps coming back.
He's like William Afton. I always come back.
Plus the fact that phoenixes are actually a thing in Equestria.
I did not know that.
I had to do a lot of research, man.
So have you been seeing those Beast War pictures that I've been sending?
Oh yeah.
Like the artist who draws them does good work, and like they're
They
freaking
do.
amazing.
Soundwave looked amazing.
Yeah, and the fact that he's a cicada makes too much sense.
It is like the perfect beast mode. Speaking of which, considering how Soundwave came into existence and animated, I don't think he'll be here for the story.
Aw.
Not unless I end up creating some Equestria version of Isaac Sumdac just for that technology leap.
Do they not have radios?
Because remember, in animated, Soundwave started off as a children's toy that was modified and brought to life by Megatron.
That's true, but like my thinking is like if if they have the technology for a radio, just
They have radios and jukeboxes, among other things.
then just use that. It may not be like you may not be able to do his exact origin story from animated, but like that's the only way I can think of to get Soundwave there.
If I can find a way to make it fit. You know,
Oh shit!
another
Hi.
character I realize is not going to go the way we expected just by how the history of this timeline played out. No Waspinator.
Oh
Why?
no!
Waspinator, no.
Can I go up?
I mean, not unless Waspinator ends up scanning the same thing Bumblebee did. Which I suppose is a possibility, but I mean, like, we won't know him as the techno-organic Waspinator or that animated turned him into.
I freaking love that they did that.
I love the fact that they kept his nigh indestructibility. Waspinator cannot go offline. Waspinator has plans. Also, gotta love the somewhat split personality going on in there. When Bumblebee actually attempted to apologize, the Wasp part of Waspinator forgave Bumblebee, but Waspinator himself didn't.
What am I missing?
Oh wait, yep, there it is.
Like,
Oh.
Animated had a lot of neat ideas that I'd love to see come back in some shape or form.
What the hell are we missing? We're still at 99%.
I don't know.
Battlements?
Battle.
Battlements, door. No, not door handles. Door hinges. I got all the door hinges. What do you fucking mean? There's still like small little things. I don't. Jesus Christ.
I'll get the hinges.
Battlements. Where's
The battlements are on the top.
They should be glowing. So let's see. Oh.
We're also missing a manor wall and I don't even know how to pronounce that. An upper tower wall. What the?
Oh, I see where it is. Okay. Thought I got all these over here, but I guess I did not. There we go. That's that one. Gable turret? The fuck is a gable turret? There's a gable wall. I don't see. Back up a lot. Oh, I see where it is. Can I get up? Thank you. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I don't know what I'm missing on here. Oh, there we go. Cool. Next is large window border walls. No.
Now, one thing you might have noticed, Bear, is I kind of erased a lot of the story progress and started over.
For which story?
The crossover I was just talking about.
Oh, okay.
I had basically gone all the way back to the moment the Autobots woke up on the ship because I felt like I really had made a major misstep and gone off in the wrong direction.
All right.
Instead of starting an entirely new chat, I just erased all the way up to where I needed to start over and kept going.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking of which, since I brought up Waspinator and how his origins changed, I should mention the spider herself. Black Arachnia does and does not exist in this timeline.
What is she, like Schrodinger's spider?
See, recall how Black Arachnia was teleported via transwarp explosion in her last appearance?
Oh, right.
All we saw was a bunch of animals surrounding her at the end of the episode. I figure I could just tweak that so she ends up here.
So it's a different version of Black Arachnia.
Yes. the Elita one of this timeline never got turned into Black Arachnia, so it's a different timeline's Black Arachnia that got poofed here.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Indeed, it is, because I can only imagine how that particular Black Arachnia is going to react. Is there any timeline where I don't end up organic? Hey, I like this body, thank you very much.
Or, the fact that she's with Optimus.
Which brings me to how the mission that created Black Arachnia had played out in this timeline. Optimus got to yell at Sentinel and actually, through calling him a coward, force him to cooperate.
I mean, that's one way to get him off his high horse and get him to help.
So Sentinel held Optimus by the feet so Optimus could use both his grappler hooks to grab onto Elita and pull her out in time.
Interesting.
Okay, whatever we're missing should be glowing because I clicked on it. I don't.
Since Elita got saved here, the punishment wasn't as severe. But Optimus still ended up getting drummed out of the Elite Guard for the mission he got blamed for. And while Sentinel had attempted to spare Elita from getting kicked out, because apparently fans think he had a crush on her too, she flat out told him to stick it up his exhaust port and chose to leave with Optimus.
Huh. Interesting.
Magnus pulled some strings, got them a ship, got them a crew, and told them, look, you're not going to be part of the Elite Guard anymore, but I can still put you to work. And that's how they end up Space Bridge repair bots.
I found it, Violet.
Where?
Up here.
I don't see anything glowing.
That's because it's not glowing. Or at
It
least
should. It should be. I clicked on it.
it's faintly glowing because there's not a lot there.
Oh. Oh, okay, I got it. Yay! We finished.
Yay, we did it!
Okay, why isn't it telling us that we finished?
It told me I finished.
It didn't tell me shit. I guess because it's your thing, not mine.
Wait,
God, my eyes.
Lara Croft's obstacle course?
Oh, God.
Yes, please.
Alright, let's go. But first... I gotta stop for a second.
Prepare to spend a grand total of half an hour cleaning one other relatively small statue.
Half an hour? It's been 2 hours. Oh, okay, yeah, this is it's probably more an hour.
I'm referring to just the one statue that Bear had been cleaning.
Listen, you gotta be thorough when it comes to this job.
I'm pretty sure you took an hour and a half for that one.
Listen, you gotta be
I
thorough
was being
when it comes to
generous.
this job.
Here, I'm gonna start on the other side.
Alright.
Oh, and I got a little ATV over here. You can clean.
The only Decepticon I'm still kind of thinking around for her what to turn him into was Lugnut.
Probably something big and stupid, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that could fit that bill. Because believe me, as much as I want to give them these modes, there is an alternative that I would have to address, and that's what if they chose not to scan anything?
Ah. That is a possibility.
But then I remember what I did with Sentinel, and that just kind of answers that question for me. Moving into just general Transformers animated trivia for you. Do you know who Optimus Elita and Sentinel Cone's actual drilling structure was back in the passive animated?
Cup?
Sergeant Cup, yes.
Woo! Freaking love Cup.
Like he trained them, gave them their names, and he expressed the utmost pride and confidence in all of them that he believed they would do great things.
Even Sentinel?
Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. At the time, apparently Sentinel was a promising young recruit. Makes you wonder how much of that was just genuinely stuff he did to earn it, and how much was tricking Cup into giving him the promotion.
Who knows, man?
Which leads into what I consider biggest his biggest drive shaft move of all time. Selling out Cybertron to the Decepticons to keep his place of power.
Oh my, I forgot he did that. What a dick!
In the intended script for what was going to be the next season of Animated, Sentinel would have been living it up as the new Magnus after Ultra Magnus not only, like, okay, so Ultra Magnus died of his wounds. We know that much.
Yes.
Sentinel also basically went out of his way to rewrite the history records and change Ultra Magnus's last words.
Oh.
Because Ultra Magnus had wanted Optimus Prime to succeed him.
And of course, Mr. Chin didn't like that.
The Tick decided he was better for the job and wound up changing the history record.
That's scummy.
His new getup basically looks like he took a cue from Coronation Starscream, if you catch my drift.
Oh my god! Oh.
Brand new, much fatter helmet, new shoulder pads, a cape.
Oh my god, Sentinel. You sad. You. What was it Buzz Lightyear said?
Sad,
You were a
strange
sad
little man.
Yes, you sad, strange little man.
Now, Megatron had been in prison for a while. Trypticon prison, specifically.
Oh, fucking joy!
Where he learned how to speak Minicon. See, they were actually going to bring in the Minicons from Armada as cameos, as like only semi-sentient worker drones.
That would have been cool. Not so much the
Yeah.
part of Megatron learning how to speak Minicon, but I mean, rest of that was cool.
Megatron more or less convinced them to get his stuff together and free him when he gave the signal. Only to then execute the lot of them when they were no longer useful.
Oh! That is just.
Better. So, Sentinel, in his I am going crazy with power ramblings, not only started broadcasting even more anti-Decepticon propaganda all over Cybertron, that also did a lot to throw Optimus's crew under the bus and take credit for their accomplishments. Not only did he threaten Ratchet with treason charges to force him to hand over the Magnus Hammer, he also forced Ratchet to work on a little project called the Power Master armor for him.
Oh my god! Sentinel, you dumbass!
This actually turns out to be a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
The Power Master armor was designed so that the current Magnus could stand eye to eye, optic to optic, with the Decepticon leader Megatron. Just like Ultra Magnus used to.
Okay.
It made the wearer stronger, taller. It basically incorporated the flight tech from Jetfire, Jetstorm, and the Jetwing Optimus from the end of Animated. Sentinel just turned out to be too cowardly to use it properly.
Of course.
In fact, he basically offered safe passage for the Decepticons to go to Earth in exchange for taking Optimus' crew with them. Because Megatron clearly wanted to execute the lot of them for the humiliation he suffered, namely Optimus. And once he got what he wanted, Optimus's crew on his ship, Megatron immediately double-crossed Sentinel and started trying to take over the space bridges again.
Of course.
Do we have a ladder?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we do. I see it.
This would have led to a series of events that would have landed Optimus's crew currently trading out Bulkhead for Ironhide. And also adding RC and keeping Jazz. It would have ended up with all of them on Earth. Again.
Okay.
And essentially started the next season with a relatively clean slate. Autobots and Decepticons both on Earth in a conflict of fate of the planet stuff. Except now the Autobots basically have no Cybertron support whatsoever.
I mean, did they really have
Sentinel
that?
basically already he acknowledged, yeah, they're as good as dead, so let's just quarantine the planet and leave. Megatron would have gotten a redesign that gave him a mask very similar to the one his Beast Machine counterpart wore in that harness.
Interesting.
And that's as far as I know. I recall there being something about more Constructicons being added.
I'll have to look this all up.
Bear in mind, it's been a while since I've seen all this stuff, so my information might be a little inaccurate, a little rusty. But that's more or less where I got to it. The script for the season opener actually got turned into a script reading at BotCon, one of the last few that we ever had.
Wow.
And
Nice.
they got as many of the actors from the show as possible to reprise their roles.
Nice.
That audio play is currently on YouTube.
Okay.
Figured if you were going to look into it, I'd give you a place to start.
Thanks, man.
But yeah. Hopefully, with the crossover story I'm working on, things will go a little better for Magnus.
And Sentinel gets what's coming to him.
Yep,
Oh,
I'm hoping so too. We'll see how it goes.
idea. Black Arachnia eventually gets her claws. I'm gonna say claws.
Pause.
Claws on not Ultra Magnus. Sorry, Sentinel Prime. And
Of course, it depends on if she realizes this is not the Sentinel Prime that abandoned her.
well, my thinking was she makes him techno organic like her. And he is he's having an existential crisis. Like if you can't bring in Wasp, just if you can't bring in Waspinator, just have his fate just thrown to someone else who deserves it.
That would be a freaking satisfying karma trip if ever I saw one.
Yeah.
Man, we can't give it to the Sentinel that deserves it the most, but this one will do just fine.
I mean, he's just as bad.
Yeah, we just got lucky that Optimus got more assertive when he needed to and managed to save a life that had basically already thought was lost.
Right.
But yeah, just imagine Black Arachnia comes to the realization I'm in an entirely different world, in an entirely different timeline, with an entirely clean slate.
Well, time for murder.
With a potentially intact Allspark somewhere.
I repeat. Welp, time for murder.
War crimes time. This will especially get wacky when the Elitas meet each other. Because they are inevitably going to bump into each other.
Oh man, it's gonna be like looking into a fucked up mirror.
Worse yet, this one actually likes the organic alternate mode.
Well, I mean,
And
for one, it
it's
was. Sorry.
like no point in trying to get rid of it.
Well, I mean, for one, it wasn't forced on her like the arachnid one. And it wasn't it was not a traumatizing event either.
No, just a little weird. Just a little weird in this timeline, more or less.
You still here, Violet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm taking up most of the conversation.
That's fine. I'm gonna stop for a second, rest my eyes. Ah, jeez.
Clean this! This is dirt! How do you clean dirt?
With a power washer.
Right, like Codsworth. How do you polish rust?
Oh, the fucking.
But yeah, if you've got any other ideas, let me know.
I will.
Because at this point, I am questioning how and if the Dinobots could come into existence.
Were there dinosaurs on Equestria?
Like, the alt mode wouldn't be the issue. Like, the alt mode wouldn't be the issue. It's the animatronics that were turned into the Dinobots that's the issue.
Right.
Granted, I could just as easily give them a new origin. I mean, the Allspark is on this planet. And considering we have like arcades and like pizza places that could possibly have like mascot animatronics and the like, avoiding the obvious joke. Who's to say the Dinobots couldn't spontaneously materialize?
All I'm saying is it. All I'm gonna say is if there's a purple pony and his last name is Afton, no, thank you.
Actually, no. I'm keeping that as far away from a very, very fun franchise about hiring robots as possible. Yeah, if you told 10-year-old me that he'd actually end up liking a My Little Pony show, he'd probably look at you funny.
Yeah, like if I went back in time to like my high school self and like tell them that I got past my anger management issues and I am relatively happy and content, he would grab me by the collar and scream lies.
Dude, I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
I will be right back.
So, yeah, I do a lot of writing. It helps with the anxiety a little.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. The dirt hasn't gone anywhere.
If it did, I would have been concerned. Yeah, our downstairs toilet is broken, and well, it's not like there's an easy way to fix it, but my brother, instead of doing that, has been coming upstairs to use the bathroom, and he won't flush the goddamn toilet.
Ew.
Disgusting.
I hope he's watching this. He's probably not. He's probably playing Minecraft right now, but yeah, the smell fucking lingers.
I haven't eaten much of anything today, or I'd be seeing it right now.
Sorry.
You know one thing I keep forgetting to do, Bear?
What's that?
Set up that story tab for your version of the Flash.
Oh yeah.
I should get on that at some point.
Iris West II, facing off against foes like the Turtle, Godspeed, that one, uh, that one Aztec speedster that wants to have her children.
And that bag of vegetables in the back of the fridge that she's not sure if it's gone bad or not.
I'm honestly surprised you were not asking about the Aztec speedster.
I don't think I want to know about that.
It's basically just, oh, you kicked my ass. I'm in love.
uh,
That's basically what it is, what it boils down to.
Ah, that old trope. Okay.
Of course, because he's like from ancient times, he doesn't understand boundaries, or at least modern day. Um, he just doesn't understand. Like, she wants nothing to do with him, and he's like, "But I'm strong. I can provide."
so basically Johnny Bravo.
Johnny
Except
Bravo, if he
Johnny-
was from the
Like-
Aztec era, was a bit was
Like,
was a
it up,
bit
the
murder
game is
happy
called-
and had super speed.
Johnny is
Yes,
successful 90% of the time. We just only get to see the 10% where he fails because it's funny. Yeah, like complete meathead.
basically. Like, he keeps showing up to try and convince the Flash to be his woman, and she's like, "No. How many times do I have to beat the shit out of you until you get that?"
Oh, I love it when you talk tough to me. I can just imagine that being a freaking comeback.
Yeah. you barking at, sir? What are you barking at? Huh?
Bubba acting up again.
He's barking outside because he sees people.
Mistress, it's
Dog goes
people.
feeling
I shall
funny.
bark at them. I will bark at them so that they know not to come here.
There we go.
For people, I shall attempt to communicate. Bork.
Pork.
Hmm.
Better than a chihuahua.
People.
I mean, I used to have a chihuahua. If someone was here, like we didn't even need a security system, because like if someone came by, like Mimi would know before anyone else, and she would just start barking.
Mm.
And then when we got Luna, she would start barking along with her. 'Cause
Like, straight up, doggo aggressiveness is proportionally inverse to their size.
like I'm pretty sure the only reason Luna barked was because someone else was barking. Because she's a black lab.
Like, I have some relatives that had some pretty big dogs, and they were chill as hell.
I can imagine, because like if you're a dog that big, you don't have much to fear. Meanwhile, if you're the size of a nickel, everything can kill you.
Which is why I said, dog aggressiveness is inversely proportional to their size. I swear I'm gonna stop tripping over my words one of these days.
I say the same thing, and you know what? It never happens.
Ah, shit. Nope. Get on
Here,
the thing.
let's have
Fuck.
some goofiness.
Bonger? Bonger?
Don't get on the ladder.
Bunger, 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 bunger!
Okay, that's not good work. I need a small.
I'm over here just enjoying Bunger, and Violet is just like, what the fuck is happening?
Basically.
Now, it's from Bug Snacks. It's a game I streamed a little while back. Out of all the creatures in that game, the one I loved the most was Bunger. It is basically just like it's basically a burger with legs.
It's a big, doofy burger bug.
Yeah, and all it would say is its name, Bunger. And if it got excited, it would just go Bunger, 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 Bunger.
I call them discount Pokemon because of the way they speak.
Why is Xfinity calling me? I
Don't
think
do it as a trap.
because I was about to say I don't think I even have Xfinity. Well, at least I get to listen to Proto Man's theme.
Yeah, but can you have that on a stream though?
Oh shit. Luckily the call ended.
And we talked over most of it, so yeah.
Capcom, please don't sue me. I love your games.
When you're actually bothering to make them.
I mean, they're pretty busy with oh yeah, Street Fighter 6.
Cough, cough, pachinko machines. Cough, cough.
No, that's Konami.
Ah,
Konami is the one that does.
comment retracted. My bad.
In fact, like Konami suddenly got back into making video games. Uh, Mostly Silent Hill stuff because someone, Christoph Gans, the man that made the Silent Hill, the first Silent Hill movie. I don't know if he did the second one. Is finally ready to do Silent Hill 2. So Konami just dusted off the IP, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna hand off
Can
the."
we actually follow up on the playable teaser now?
Oh no, that's gone forever. They are basically they do what they always do and hand out uh they hand out the IP to different developers and pretty much tell them to go nuts with it. And that's partly the reason why Silent Hill is where it's at now, with no new games
Nobody's going to take it.
since 2012? Question mark? But yeah, we're getting a Silent Hill 2 remake by Blooper Team, which might end up being bad. Because, again, it's...
On the note of contracting stuff out to help, so a while back, Red and I were having a discussion about like, what if a Transformers series was animated, or what if Trigger animated a Transformers show?
I think I saw that conversation. Because you guys were talking about Trigger, Studio Trigger. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, please.
After the work they did on Gridman, I am convinced they want very, very badly to do a Transformers show, but simply can't.
Look, if that Gridman movie does well, they might get a chance.
Hasbro has been handling most of its Transformers animation in-house for the last while, so
Someone just show Hasbro Gridman, like the anime, the live action series, all of it. And also tell them that they can't buy it so that they don't try to buy it. Because just as I said, show them Gridman, my first thought was, hey, this show's pretty good, let's buy it. Like, no, 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 you don't need to do that. Just take notes.
as far as stuff Hasbro's working on that I can only be cautiously optimistic for, here's hoping Cosmic Fury does any semblance of good.
I mean,
Like,
I honestly don't know how to feel about it. Like, the suits aren't as bad as people are going on about. I mean,
it just takes getting used to.
the fake muscles is just that is a problem, but like overall, like the suits are fine.
I mean, yeah, they're not as shiny as we're used to, but big whoop, we can get used to that.
And supposedly Cosmic Fury is only going to be 10 episodes. So there won't be any filler, and if there is, I have lost all faith in Hasbro.
Like after they managed to turn flashbacks into an art form, more or less in Cyberverse, the first season, as much as people complain about it, like I don't know what to expect. On the note of Cyberverse, they actually did some stuff I really, really like. They're quite possibly the Transformers series that gave us the most pre-war Cybertron we ever got.
Yeah, because we don't really have a whole lot of pre-war Cybertron stuff.
Like Cyberverse gave us Cybertronian sports in the form of Cube. It expanded on Macada's Royal House. We got to see the thought process that went into Megatron and Optimus collaborating to write the speeches that rallied the original Decepticons. And then there was the horrifying stuff, like the end of Velocitron.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing a clip of that. What the fuck?
So, a Decepticon with a briefcase full of cosmic rust goes through a space bridge and lands on Velocitron.
That's just fucking terrorism right there.
More or less, because the entire planet and everyone who didn't make it through the space bridge off onto Cybertron in time got rusted. That's how Blur died.
Oh. Who was the Decepticon that planted the cosmic rust?
I genuinely don't remember. I think it was a generic.
Oh, because I was about to say if it was a named character, I will buy their toy and then crush it beneath my heel.
I mean, it looked like a generic Seeker recolor.
All right, come here, Starscream. Oh God, it's not again!
Starscream, it's time for your weekly beating. Oh crap!
The Autobots have new members. They're starting to outnumber us. They have more energon than us. Yes, of course I'm upset. Which reminds me, Starscream, it's time for your weekly beating. Oh no!
Ugh. So, Red will deny this, but I swear at the time I thought he was saying this. If you recall, there was a time where he was trying to, like, we were working on a Transformers Star Wars crossover that ultimately fell through.
Okay.
the complaint I swear he made that, like, I swear he said this, but he claims he didn't, is that I made Megatron too smart.
To what?
Too smart.
It's fucking Megatron.
In hindsight, I think he might have actually been complaining about the inconsistency with the voices, but where I just jumped between animated and Beast Wars Megatron on a dime.
Ah. How
Because
much more of this
when
obstacle course is there?
when I read the setup for Megatron,
A lot. 'Cause
Holy shit!
Yeah.
when I read the setup for Megatron in the story, I was starting to picture the animated guy.
This is insane. I
Yep.
just finished. I just finished obstacle 5.
This is why I started on the other end, because I knew it was gonna be a lot.
I mean, that's an understatement. This is like, Miss Croft, you better be paying like, you better be paying us a lot for this.
If she can afford the mansion, the butler, and everything else, I'm pretty sure she can pay you the salary you.
Well, I mean, in the reboot universe, like she technically couldn't even afford the mansion because like it was gifted to her by her dad and it was rotting to pieces.
All things considered, I think this is the original PS1 thing, so
So she can probably pay the extra fees.
You realize like Nux would be jealous, right, of us right now.
Oh yeah, because he fucking loves Lara Croft.
This is wifey.
He also loves to watch her die.
He's such a simp, even though he says he's not a simp.
I love how no one commented on what I just said.
Yeah, I heard.
I just what?
No, because Nux, our friend Nux, he's not good at Tomb Raider games. So Lara Croft would end up dying a lot, and in those games, like they have those cutscenes of her death. So some people started making the joke that he just likes to watch her die.
Huh. Well, that's a thing. I don't know how to process that.
You don't have to. Moving on.
And
Yeah,
also, Nux is a simp, but he doesn't. He's in denial that he's a simp. So.
how many Tomb Raider games has he played?
A lot.
Yeah, he's a simp. Yeah, if Nux knew we were doing this, he would be so freaking jealous.
Assuming he didn't just get the game to jump right into this right now.
I
I don't think he has the game.
No. I mean, if we tell him about this, he will definitely buy the game. I was recommended your services by a mutual friend. I also just
What?
they've provided invaluable help on my journeys for a number of years, but now they've gone their way and I've gone mine. Okay.
Is this someone in your stream saying this, or did
No,
someone
this
like text?
no, this is
It's a
Laura
text from
Croft.
Lara Croft.
I believe
Oh, I didn't see the text. I can't see the text apparently.
they're helping you now, so do say Oh! She means the player. That's cute.
So, moving back to Pokemon, evidently there is a Latias that has been following Ash around since the beginning of the final 11 episode arc.
How much you want to bet it's the same Latios from the movie?
Well, if it is, she hasn't recognized him yet.
Ah.
No, what happened was while Ash was just busy goofing off with his Pokemon in the woods, Latias crashed. So they spend time nursing this Pokemon back to health, and we get to see how much Ash has grown as a trainer because he's all alone and he's handling all of this medical stuff like it's just another Tuesday.
No, that is impressive. I will admit.
Like, remember how in the older seasons he spent an entire night fighting to keep his Charizard alive and warm enough to keep going?
Yes.
Well, he still has that tendency. He spends an entire day trying to get this Latias well again. You could have just, like, you could have had your Pokemon help you take this thing to a Poke Center, but no, you're tending to her on the spot.
Well, it is a legendary Pokemon. It might be a bad idea to bring it into public. You know?
At the point, Team Rocket, who had just been blasted off when Latias crashed, ends up coming back to try to steal Latias.
Because of
Ash
course.
being Ash jumps in to try to save her, and they both get sucked up by the vacuum device thing. Meowth then proceeds to loose weaponized cold air to keep Latias too weak to fight back, and very nearly freezes both her and Ash to death.
Oh my god.
With just a look between Ash and Pikachu, he conveys what he wants Pikachu to do, and Pikachu zaps the freaking container, using Ash as a conduit to blow it up, send the balloon flying, and Latias is able to bring himself and Ash back down to the ground safely.
Okay, he's definitely grown as a trainer.
Speaking of which, I'm going to note a fun little detail. Every episode, or at least every episode where we get to see his team, he's using a different team of All-Stars.
Interesting.
He's basically using all of his reserve Pokemon, or as much of them as he can, given the allotted 11 episodes. So the Latias episode had Weasel, it had Sceptile, it had Donphan. Noivern. And that was it. He only had 5 Pokemon on him, including Pikachu.
Huh. This is like the way you're describing this makes me think of the Pokemon Adventures manga. How the early chapters didn't really have a story necessarily, like an overarching story, but like it was like a
Which then leads me to the point I was getting to. Ever since that episode, Latios has appeared in the background in some fashion, watching Ash as he travels.
huh.
Episode 2, when Ash is having a rematch with Misty over a uh, launcher that they both want to catch. Latios is there in the sky watching the battle. Invisible, but you can tell she's there against the clouds.
Interesting.
Episode after that, Rock comes back for a while. She's there watching this adventure too. And that's more or less been a recurring thing so far. If they end off Ash's tenure with him genuinely catching a legendary Pokemon, and not just any legendary Pokemon, but the one the fans have been clamoring for over a decade. I think that'd be pretty satisfying.
I mean, at this point, he may not be a Pokemon master, but he's getting damn near close to it. Just not in the way that people would just not in the way people would think. Because like everyone thinks to be a Pokemon master you have to catch them all, right? No, that's fucking impossible now.
Catch them all, become world champion, something to that effect.
Yeah, but like if he like okay, he's won a couple.
Ash himself admitted at one point that he doesn't know what a Pokemon master actually is, and is working on defining that for himself.
Well, like going by his accomplishments, the things that he managed to pull off, counting the movies, and like what you told
If
me.
he's not there yet, he's damn near close.
Yeah, and with what you told me before with the Latias, he's pretty damn close to being like a Pokemon master. Like in the sense that he has done great things, and has.
One thing I loved about the Latias episode was that in the beginning, it's just Ash and Pikachu, so you're just seeing the dynamic between the two of them, getting good characterization, and just between them and the wild Pokemon they interact with, you can get a sense of how much they've grown.
Nice.
Case in point, while they're swinging on vines through the forest, Ash ends up accidentally dislodging a Kakuna and catching it.
Like with a Pokeball?
In his arms.
Oh shit.
It evolves into a Beedrill on the spot. And not only does Ash actually stand his ground despite being terrified, he makes friends with it.
Whoa! Okay, forget what I said. This kid is like already a Pokemon master.
Like, the Beedrill's just floating there. Not sure what to make of him. It extends its stingers a little. Ash proceeds to touch one fingertip to each of those little drill needle things. And the Beedrill eventually seems satisfied and just leaves.
Wow.
In that same episode, we see that this is still very much Ash, as he ends up falling in a river and scrambling out as a bunch of Magikarps are attacking.
As a bunch of what?
Magikarp. Like, he's got several of them just chewing on his backside, and Pikachu has to zap them off of him, zapping Ash in the process.
That's funny. Also, I thought Magikarp only knew Splash, not Bite. This anime is starting to stretch my
Suspension of disbelief.
yes.
But yeah, the whole point is that this is still Ash and Pikachu, but you can see how much they've grown, and I am loving that.
I just wish time passed, you know?
In my personal headcanon, he's 13 right now.
He should be a little older than that. Like, if
I know.
like-
Ideally, he'd be closer to 16 at youngest, but hey, work with what you got.
Well, no, what I'm thinking, like, even if you condense stuff into the span of maybe, like, half a month, he would be at least 14. Because, no, wait, not 14. When did he start his journey? 10, right?
And
At 10 years, 10 months, and 10 days exactly.
And at near the end of, like, when they went back to Viridian City, they said a whole year passed, which would mean he would be 11.
And then there's another year that passes because of the Johto special. Granted, the year that passed to get to Viridian City, that was a dubism.
Shite.
One that I believe, it's a believable dubism, but still a dubism.
Okay, so yeah, he might be 12 if we condense a lot of shit together.
Like, a lot of, like, a popular headcanon I've heard is that he has a birthday on the way to the Hoenn region.
Okay.
This is what I said, like, 13 is my comfortable minimum for how old he should be right now. And if you take the filler out of the equation, if you notice, he gets faster and faster as he gets through each region.
You mean like? How do you mean?
It takes less and less time to get to the gym leaders if you take the specific doesn't add anything filler out.
Okay. That would
Like,
make
if you
sense.
take out any episodes that only introduce one-off characters or nobody caught a Pokemon, nobody got a badge.
What if it's
like-
an episode set in
Contest episodes don't count as filler.
what? I didn't hear what you said.
Contest episodes, they're not filler.
Okay.
gym episodes. They're not filler.
What if they get to a town that's like in the game, but the episode is filler?
If they arrived in that town in this episode, I'll count it as not filler.
Okay.
There will be people who disagree with me, but that's just how I do it.
That's how you roll.
If you do disagree with me, that's perfectly fine.
I mean, I don't, but. And I don't think Violet cares.
Nope.
Like, if you only keep those episodes in mind, then Ash just kind of gets faster and faster as he travels through these regions. At least until Alola, in which case I'm not sure because I haven't seen the full Alola anime. Technically, I haven't seen X and Y either, but actually, for that matter, I don't think I've ever seen a full season of the anime from beginning to end. So there's inevitably one where I miss an episode.
I still remember being a kid and watching the Indigo Plateau episodes.
Yeah, like I actually had. Remember the Charizard versus Magmar two-parter?
Mm-hmm.
I had those on VHS.
Well, what I was gonna say is like the final, the like I don't know if it was the final battle or what, but like the last battle he had, I just feel like I when Charizard lost, I don't know, like I just
That thing is, if you look at it like this, if you look at it in this way, Charizard behaving that way makes total sense.
I know, but like
Let me finish. Technically speaking, Ash only earned half the badges that he got in the Indigo League.
oh yeah.
So he legitimately did not have enough badges to train Charizard until he finally gained its trust.
Don't die.
Oh my god.
Ah, Seki!
How's everyone?
Whoa.
We're doing good. Me and Violet are playing Power Wash Simulator. My friend
And I'm
Latia.
here.
Huh?
I said, and I'm here.
And Latios is here talking about Pokemon.
Ah, yes.
Pokemon, Digimon, anything and everything that crosses my mind.
The idea of what you said. I was looking at Pokemon Fusions on YouTube Shorts, and one of them looked like a sick ass Keyblade.
Probably a fusion of Klefki and any of the sword Pokemon.
No, it's between two legendary Pokemon. No, I think it was Agilass and Triumph, one of the legendary Pokemon. I know
You mean
did,
Aegislash?
Aegis, yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
is one of the sword Pokemon, yeah.
It looks like a Keyblade. I know I did a Pokemon Fusion, and ironically, I combined Blaziken and Ho-Oh, and I ended up getting a Digimon.
Oh, here we go. What did you get?
Brutamon.
I
I am not lying. I will put it in the Discord general.
I believe you. I believe you, Wig. Like with those
What's
shapes,
funny,
I
what's funny is that the color is slightly off. Just look at that.
See if I can. Oh, I made that jump. Haha.
Lara Croft would be proud.
Hee hee.
Just slightly off. The colors is just slightly.
gotta see this. Oh my god.
You see it, right? It's just slightly off with the color.
It's like it's genuinely just a shiny Garudamon. Like legit. It looks exactly like a Garudamon. It's basically just a sprite of a Garudamon, but with the colors ever so slightly altered.
Where it doesn't have the text on it. Oh my god. Oh,
It's
was-
hilarious.
It's just hilarious. I didn't expect it. I was like, let me try my favorite starter Pokemon, Blaziken. Okay. And you know what? Out of curiosity, let me put Ho-Ho. Oh, look.
Oh, look, it's a Digimon.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Credit where it's due. That put a smile on my face. Thank you.
No problem.
Ah! Bruh.
Hold on.
Get the slider out of my face. Stop it!
I have to go up. Wait, no, I don't.
Really? Because I see a lot of stuff down. Yeah, no, I didn't make that shit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
See if I can do that again. Uh-huh.
I've pissed off the panther. I will not live to see another night.
Huh. Alright. Nope, didn't
What
make
the
that.
fuck is that?
Nope, alright, I give up on that. Because on these boxes around here, there's some little stuff that you missed.
So, anyways, in the episode where Brock came back for the 11 episode finale here, we got a cameo from Silent, who only really stuck around for the one episode. We didn't even get to see any of his Pokemon.
Cameo from who?
Silent, grass type gym leader from the Unova region. He traveled with Ash in that region.
Oh, right.
At this point, we've actually reestablished the original trio as of Brock's episode coming and going. The three of them are traveling all over again.
That's good. I missed that trio.
Also, remember when I said that the Latias that's following Ash around had watched him battle Misty.
Yes.
Well, that battle was to see who would catch a Clauncher. A Clauncher that Fortress had fallen in love with, which is why he was trying so hard to fight, only to lose to Politoed.
Oh. I think after we finish this, we're done.
Yeah. This is
Like-
a lot.
This is too much. Like,
As for the Brock episode, we
you
came
missed
across
Ace
a
down here and
Hatterene
shit.
that was. Let me put it this way: lots of fog and hypnosis.
oh
So
boy.
it's a good time at Las Vegas.
I have a very bad feeling about where that story is going, so I'm going to nope right the heck away from that.
Probably a good idea, knowing Seki.
We're about halfway through the 11 episode run of Journey to be a Pokemon Master.
Okay.
That's what they're calling this miniseries. Officially, it is part of Pokemon Journeys, but it's got the subtitle like Journey to be a Pokemon Master. This is it. Like, people are still processing this, but this is it. Ash is leaving.
After 20-something years.
Yep.
23, 24 years. Just, yay.
Hmm.
I mean, we
And-
joke at his expense all the time, but I'm gonna miss the little punk.
Hmm. He was the very definition of a hype. Pokemania was huge.
And get this. People are already complaining about the sequel series before it's even started because of one thing that was mentioned.
What?
It's not exclusively set in the new region.
It's not exclusively set in a new region.
Oh my god.
Paldea is a region that you'll get to see. The main characters are from Paldea, but they'll be globetrotting again.
People bitch.
And that's what's got people up in arms.
People complain too much.
People
I
really
was
do
genuinely
complain
worried
too
when I
much.
heard that people were complaining about it, that they'd be like, oh, wait, are people arguing that their ship. Are people complaining that their ship isn't canon because the protagonist clearly is not Ash's daughter?
Wait, people complained about that?
Something. I saw like a title video of like Ash's potential daughter, but it's not actually the main character. But it was some weird shit. I was like, people.
Just let it
You
go.
couldn't get Ash to clap cheeks. My dude couldn't get the hint at all.
That would require Ash to age.
You God would have to come to Ash's face and says, go and ask her out. And even then, he'd be saying, "Why?"
Oh, Sonicus, thank you for the raid. Hello.
I mean, remember,
How was your stream?
his first kiss was a Pokemon.
Oh my god!
I mean, technically speaking, his father is Mr. Mime.
No, that's his stepfather, Seki.
It's great. Oh, that's good.
You're right, my mistake. His stepdad.
I mean, that Mr. Mime might not be his father, but that is his daddy. So,
I mean, he cooks. He's like this. Even Mr. Mind is aware of Professor Oak. He's like, yo, get the fuck away from my wife. He be making that face, man.
5, 6. Ah.
But
Thank
yeah.
you for the subs here. Oh, no problem.
No, Ash, don't have a birthday. The world's not ready.
I gotta get under there, but it's so hard and it's where it is.
Oh wait, I think I know exactly where it is.
I mean, I know where it is. It's just hard to get to those spots. There we go. Got it. Alright, so... Obstacle 6 net pins.
Yeah, like, out of all 2 times Ash has had an actual kiss in the anime that I know of, one of them was a Pokemon.
Sorry.
I believe Serena kissed him in.
I'm going to sleep. Alright,
Like I
night,
said,
Santa
all
Cats.
2 times.
Thanks. I'm actually we're about to stop as soon as we finish this, because we've been doing this for, God, 3.5 hours.
Laura Croft is a very demanding employer.
Apparently. Let's
Or
see.
not
Obstacle
employer, client.
7
Fox is a very
boxes.
demanding boss.
Oops. I just sprayed it for a second. I got it.
But
It's not on the tops. I got the tops.
yeah, like Serena and a Latias. That's basically all.
Oh, that's.
Unless I'm missing some obscure other thing.
Not that I'm aware of.
Is that it for box 7?
But one thing I was like saying
Yeah.
earlier, if they end Ash's tenure on the show by having him genuinely
No,
catch a
brackets.
legendary, the one the fans have been wanting the most, I might add, that would actually be satisfying.
Now, if there's one legendary Pokemon Ash should be catching is fucking Ho-Oh. Just for the sheer 360.
Oh, that would be poetry right there.
Exactly. It's like he sees Ho-Oh by sheer chance. He then catches Ho-Oh after one
Get
fucking epic
up the
ass
ladder! Oh my god. Why am I not getting up the ladder? Thank you. Jesus Christ.
They need to dedicate like 3 episodes straight to that battle for the kind of hype they'd be drumming up.
And the Pokemon battle should be at least a 1-hour special. And then you see flashbacks of Ash's journey as he throws that fucking Pokeball. Like, let's go. And just catches it.
Only for Go to run up on the scene and complain that he wasn't the one to catch Ho-Oh.
Oh my god.
Let's go 9. 8. 9.
Or flash forward to Ash owning his own Pokemon Ranch. He's long since, as of this flash forward, not only has he somehow aged, but he's become a Pokemon rancher with like everything he's ever caught.
I mean,
And in the background, if you look closely, there's 2 different Mewtwo.
oh no.
It'd be even funnier if he looked like the guy from the Safari Zone in one of the banned episodes.
Oh no.
The one who straight up pointed a gun at Ash's face.
On the one hand, I understand why they banned that episode, but on the other hand, I'm so miffed because that's the one where he caught those Tauros.
Yeah, I remember being confused because like Wait, when did he get
So here's how it
Tauros?
goes. So here's how it goes. In the Safari Zone, like they already heard legends of the Dratini that live there, but Ash actually challenges Team Rocket to a Pokemon catching contest. If he catches more Pokemon than they do, they have to stop chasing him and leave Pikachu alone.
Out of all, it's such a weird thing. It's like we're trying to catch this Pikachu, but like
But everything Ash tries to catch, he throws a ball, and then while it's in midair, a freaking herd of Tauros runs by, and he catches one more from that herd.
it's so weird. Like Team Rocket, you have all this technology. You're telling me you can't use it to find some Pichus?
It's not that they want any given Pikachu, it's that they want his Pikachu because it's special.
I mean, it's not that special.
Nah, unless that Pikachu knows Surf, it's not special. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
I mean, I think it does, considering it does surf in one episode.
No,
that's a different Pikachu.
there was an episode where
Uh,
there was a surfing Pikachu, but it was a different Pikachu.
Ah,
yes, in that episode.
yeah, that one had blue eyes. I remember now.
Yep, exactly. I'm like, unless that son of a bitch knows Surf, I don't care.
I mean, I think I have one that knows fly somewhere, so
Yeah, Pokemon Violet.
I do.
It literally is confirmed that Pikachu can now learn Fly.
Oh, I missed this part.
And I
Haha.
somehow saw somewhere that you can put a Pikachu with Surf in that game. At that point, just wipe out the playing the game. Oh, Rock Pokemon Surf. Oh, Bug Fly. Thunderbolt.
but yeah, like what's funny is it took Ash 20 years to earn his Cerulean City gym badge.
What?
Where?
See, even though he got his badge in the Indigo anime, he didn't technically earn it. When he did, but he did earn it by beating Misty in the rematch
Oh.
in the Journeys anime.
Hey, we finished.
Huh.
Sorry, that was the Sun and Moon anime. My bad.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god!
We're done. Yay. Jesus Christ.
No more Power Washer.
I need to get out the computer after this. I'm getting.
Yeah, when Rock and Misty and a few others cameoed in Sun and Moon, Ash actually had a rematch with Misty and managed to win.
Alright, I'm gonna end my
This is
stream
even
real
worse.
quick, so I'm
Took long
gonna
enough to
mute
finally
myself.
earn that badge.
Okay. I gotta end my stream too.
Devin.
So
Been fun, everyone.
thank you all for watching. This has been Vegas Bear 92. Thank you to Violet the Black Panther, Latios, AJ, and Seki for joining me today.
Mm-hmm.
And I will see you guys tomorrow with more Sly Cooper. Possibly.
If that happens, I will be back. Guaranteed.
And after that, I don't freaking know. I still don't have a game lined up. So,